Hi, everybody.
Hi,
I'm Bill,
Julie.
and this is our Paris Dream, where we talk about our big move from northern Idaho in the United States to Paris, France. And
Here we are.
here we are
In our
Yeah.
apartment.
Yeah. So it's been a little bit, huh? Now.
We've been kind of slackers on our videos a little.
I know, but hey,
And we'll tell you why, kind of.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't followed us so far or followed our trip over, we actually arrived in Paris on May 14th, and today is September 14th. So
Correct.
Today is officially four
4
months
months.
since we've been here.
Right.
And have we done anything during those 4
Well,
months?
I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, it's actually seemed like it's gone fairly quickly to me.
Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. It's just a big life change and just kind of still trying to settle in. So.
Yeah, and we've passed, I guess, almost the entire summer because we got here right
Yeah,
at the beginning of summer.
the weather's
and I guess,
been up and down. It's now cooled off quite a bit. We're still in the mid 70s now. It's been off and on, and it's cooling off quite a bit at night. And we've had rain.
Yeah, and I guess
on
next
and off.
Next Sunday is officially the start of fall. So
Fall,
we will have
it
an
is.
entire season.
Yeah, we will. One season.
Yeah.
So 90 days. We were here.
Well, actually, 120 days now, but we've been.
Yeah, you're right.
We hit last month, a month ago today.
Correct. It was
We hit
our 90
our
days.
90 days, and that was significant because
We could get all this paperwork that we needed to send off via registered mail for our medical. You have to be here 90 days, and then you can send off your medical. So we do know, since we send it registered mail, that it was received by them. So now we wait, and we wait, and we wait. You can wait months sometimes. I've read horror stories, people waiting, well over a year and a half. So anyway, we're going to cross our fingers.
Yeah. So once we get that, we'll be able to take advantage of the French healthcare system. If we go see a doctor or have some kind of medical appointment, then basically the way it works is we'll pay for that visit, but then we will be reimbursed.
We save the receipts, and then since we've submitted all that, once we're approved, right, we can send it in to them, and they will reimburse us. And I believe it's
70%.
About 70%.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some things that are a little differently, but I don't foresee us having any medical issues, and we have our 1 year medical that's here, that we had to have to be able to come here. And that's more of a catastrophic thing. Mm-hmm. So if we have to go to the doctor here, 25 euros, it's nothing.
Yeah,
you can even call
expensive.
SOS Medicine and they'll come to your door. There was somebody we knew. She had her threw her back out, right? And she said within an hour a doctor came and they did everything. And luckily her son spoke French, because she said that particular doctor did not speak any English. But I think you can request that if it's not. Unless you need somebody right away. But anyway.
So that's one of the big things that's happened so far.
Yeah. The other thing we've been trying to do was we walk a lot. I mean, we're exploring and doing all that. But
by nature, it's kind of like every day we're out and about, and so we easily get our 10,000 steps
usually. Sometimes we've gotten over 20 some days. But usually 10 to 15, 16,000 is fairly normal, unless it's really crappy out and we don't go out. But even today, I think we're getting close.
But we still wanted to get into kind of a fitness routine.
Yes.
Before we came over, one of the things we wanted to do, because we knew we'd be traveling a lot, and travel is work, and we wanted to stay fit. And we also live on the second floor here in this apartment, which is the second French floor is like the third floor in the U.S.
So we have two flights of stairs. It's almost 50 stairs, I think.
Yeah, and we travel a lot in the metro, and the metro often can be 2 or 3 flights of stairs to get into and out of there. So we wanted to stay just generally fit to be able to travel. One of the things we'd been doing was before we moved was going to the gym regularly, and so we didn't really know what the
offerings were here. So we kind of found we wanted to do yoga, so we sampled a few different places. We found reformer, Pilates reformer, and we did those a couple different places. And then we found a gym that sort of offered all of that in under our membership.
Yep.
So that's kind of what we went for.
Including some strength classes,
which
it's
is what we were
also
doing
some cardio classes,
Yep.
spin classes and things like that. So we've actually found a place and what's nice about it, I mean, it's kind of good for learning the city a little bit too. They have multiple locations, so not every class is offered everywhere at every time.
Right.
But we have found classes that we like various places, so we'll just
At
catch
the times we want.
Exactly. Several of them are within walking distance. Some we have to catch the metro to go to, but we.
Well, I think we could walk to all of them.
Yeah, I think
it's
we could
just
walk to all
whether
of
how much time do we want to spend walking versus, and we know winter is coming and it's going to be colder, so we, aren't going to want to walk for 45 minutes to get
So
to
even
the gym.
even earlier today, we actually ended
Yeah.
up doing a class this morning.
Yeah, we've been doing
Pilates
a
class.
regular Sunday
Pilates.
Pilates mat debutante, which is beginning. But so yeah, it's been a good class. Happy with that. So we're just trying to get eased into a routine and all that. And it we've had various things come up and so things have kind of moved around here and there, because if you have a delivery, heaven forbid, you have to be here for a delivery. So if that, if they tell you during the day, by 1 o'clock you can't go to, from 9 to 1, well, you can't. They could come at 9, they could come at 1. So you have to stay here and you'd have to miss a class, which we've done before. So anyway.
So speaking of deliveries, what has been happening with that? Because we've had some, and
Yes.
that's part of kind of a larger process.
That's
that we're
correct.
going
So we're gearing up to do a reno. We selected an English person that's going to help us, guide us, we hope, through this process. We think this is going to be a good fit. So we bought a new sofa. We did that on our own. Because I'm a designer. there's certain things that I can't do here in France because of the language barrier. Anyway, and I don't have the resources for contractors. Anyway, so we bought a new sofa.
and poof to go with it.
And poof, which is that's what they call an ottoman. So it's of the same material, so it just kind of makes the one end of the couch longer, like a chaise long, like a L-shaped sofa. It's a coffin. They call them coffins here. It's where you open it up and you can store some things in there. So anyway, we got that. And then we bought a rug. We bought a mirror, a big mirror to replace to replace the mirror. We bought a cool coffee table. We've got a couple of other pieces of furniture that we have not placed orders for yet because they're very large and we kind of want them to come after the reno, because what's going to have to happen, and I think we might have mentioned this before if you haven't, if you watched us, that we're going to have to move out because we have painted white floors and they need to be repainted, and we can't just like move things to one room and then move things to another room and do the painting. And electrical, we're going to have some electrical done. So we need to move out.
Yeah, but it's also
3 months, I guess.
Yeah, we're looking at it
But
as
we
an
don't have any-
opportunity to travel somewhere. I mean, we had wanted to
Yeah.
in the winter months anyway, when it's colder here,
Go somewhere warmer.
go somewhere warmer. And
Yeah.
so the timing of this may work out so that the reno itself actually starts in the January time frame, in
Yeah.
which case we'll look at where that
I think
ends up
we have some spots already, places already booked from mid-December through February. At the Algarve,
Which is
once
at
we
the
get
south of
Portugal. Once we get our finite timeline, then we're probably going to have to adjust that. So we're just waiting.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get the planning stages figured out. I mean, August everybody was gone, so as soon as we
August,
selected the
everyone
person,
in France takes vacation.
yeah, and so promptly she went on vacation, and so did everybody else, and so then it was hurry up and wait. So now it's just beginning of September. Everybody's sort of starting to get back in, and of course it takes a little bit to get it going. Anyway, not fast enough for me, but.
But so we'll probably travel, during that renovation time itself, once we've got all the plans in place and everybody's lined up contractor-wise.
Yep.
But speaking of travel, that's the other thing. While we have been here most of the time.
Yep.
We have taken a couple of trips
Yep.
so far. We in June, and in case you haven't seen it, we made a video about it. But in June, we ended up going down to
Lyon
and
Annecy, and it was
for
hot,
5 days.
still hot
Yeah.
then, so it was
Super
full
hot.
on summer. Yeah, it was good though. It
So
was
we
neat
took that. That
area.
was 5 days, and that was about the right amount of
Yeah.
time to do the two cities.
Yeah,
And then in August, we ended up doing 5 days
in London. That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we hadn't been there in a long time.
Couple years.
We have video footage that we'll put together. We haven't actually
Yeah.
published that one yet, but
Yeah.
we'll do that soon. And it was a great time. We had unusually great weather for London.
Oh yeah,
so
it
all
didn't
5
rain once,
days-
did it? I don't think. No, and that's wow for London. That's unusual, but there's a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
And
And
we
then
did some cool things. So
in October,
we're
where are we
excited
going?
to share that.
Where are we going in October?
Oh, October, we planned, so I kind of sprung it on him, hey, let's, for your birthday, which is towards the end of October, why don't we go to Turkey? Let's go to Istanbul. So that's a quick flight, 2.5 hours, I think?
3.5.
3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
so
still not
we
very long.
booked 2 weeks. We're going to be in Istanbul. So there's a lot to see and do there. More coming on that as well. And so, yeah, we're excited for that. I think that's going to be a very different kind of thing. And we've been watching lots of videos on that from other content creators. And man, oh man, we need more stomachs. Like, it sounds like the food there is going to be fabulous. So more on that.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the other thing I think I was mentioning to you was that I realized with the 4 months that it's actually been at least 4 months since I've been behind the wheel of a
Yeah,
vehicle.
we have.
That's
Neither one of us have driven.
probably,
Yeah, we've only been on. We've been in. We've barely even been in cars.
I don't think we've been in a car since
Have we?
the taxi delivered us here from the airport in May, because we weren't in
Did
any
we take
cars.
a taxi? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
okay.
did.
Yeah, because we had.
Well, it was a van, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, because we in London we didn't take a taxi.
No, and not in Annecy or
yeah, no, we actually
Lyon.
no, we did not.
So we haven't
buses
been
and trains and
Yep.
trams and.
But the thing is,
Walking.
it's super easy to get around
Oh, yeah.
in Paris using public transportation. It's literally just beyond the doorway here to the apartment. Maybe 50,
Maybe a block.
50 meters or so.
It's about a block, and then across the little street, and then down into the metro. So
Yeah, but we've
perfect
got
location,
the metro with 2 lines. We've got
Yeah.
a couple of bus lines. We have now metro passes, and on a
monthly.
with our senior discount, we actually get it's automatically debited, but every month. I believe it's 44 euros, and
Each.
44 euros each.
It's
it-
unlimited
it
transportation
Lets us travel within this Ile-de-France
the
area.
5 zones, which basically
Yeah.
covers
Basically, and
a
here,
lot.
all the suburbs, all the area between the airports.
Even Versailles, like you can go to Versailles
Yeah.
on the train, which is normally a 12, 15 euro ticket. But yeah, boom, we
So
can go.
we've got unlimited. I mean, and there are a lot of places you can get by public transportation. There are a lot of times we just want to run a short errand, or we're carrying something heavy and we don't want to have to walk that distance.
Yeah.
Having an unlimited pass makes it really easy just to jump on, ride 2 stops,
Yep.
and
Get out of the bus, then you don't have to go up and down the metro stairs if you're hauling something, as long as it's not busy during the day. So
yeah.
Yep.
So the
It's
other
so
day we came out of a mall. It was raining. And we didn't know what we were going to do, so I said, well, let's play bus roulette. And
That's right.
We literally ran over to the bus
stop.
stop because we knew we could get out of the rain, and we got on the first bus that came along, which was pulling up. And so we just said, well, let's just ride this to see where it goes.
And then I think I found a
we
store,
did.
and I go, oh, that store looks cool. So we got off and went down to that store, and then got back on a different bus and went in a different direction. And yeah, because you can just kind of get on and get off and go another direction, and it's not like you're not going to get back home or wherever, a different area, right? So,
Yep.
Yay, no driving. We don't have to pay car insurance. We don't. Well, we had owned our car, but still, sometimes you miss it. But you wouldn't want to drive in Paris.
Yeah. So one other thing that's been interesting for us here is the building that we live in actually has residential in most of the building, but the first floor, when we first bought this property, used to be kind of like a hardware store.
Well, more of a plumbing, building materials.
Supply, that kind of thing.
I think they were open to the public, but I
Yeah.
think it was mostly, local workers coming and getting stuff. They did have plumbing stuff. I remember them having like faucets and stuff like that. But anyway,
in recent time it's changed, and now it's a gallery, but it's a gallery that's a general purpose place. So
anybody can rent it.
Almost
I think,
every week, it changes,
Except
and
for
so we've
August,
had
they were
some
closed.
very interesting things. Right now, it's the end of Paris Design Week, so there was a
couple things
shows that
down
were going
there.
on
Yeah.
related to that. Sometimes the smaller spot will just have a single artist.
Yep. There was
in
a small photography exposition there.
There was something yesterday that there was actually a line down the block waiting to get
Again,
in.
yeah,
Again.
yeah.
But before that, the biggest thing that's happened so far,
Oh
and
my
we
gosh.
weren't even familiar with these guys, and so my bad or
Well,
our bad for
well, we're not
keeping
into
up with-
K-pop, so we're too old for K-pop.
The group Blackpink was performing here. They actually sold out the Stade de France for 2 nights.
2 nights, and that's the first time they had toured for 2 years.
Yeah, but
so it was a big deal.
Their merchandise pop-up store was right downstairs, so there was actually
There
a
were
line down
lines
and around the block.
From the minute they opened until the end of the day, which was probably about 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And literally, the line, the whole day for it was a week,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think didn't they start on like a Wednesday or Thursday, and they went the whole week.
Yeah, and then Monday, that following Monday was the last day.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. They must have had a lot of stuff to sell. I mean, that was all just T-shirts.
Yeah,
and,
but it was cool stuff.
all their
so.
Blackpink stuff. So anyway, we got versed on who Blackpink is. Anyway,
Anyway, it's just kind of an interesting place. So we always have something interesting and new downstairs. I mean, you never know exactly what it's going to be.
So we're learning every day. The other thing we probably haven't really updated people on that have watched us before. You knew, if you've watched any of our past videos, you knew we had a leak from upstairs. So again, he mentioned, we live in an old building, and this leak initially appeared literally last February before we came in March for just a short trip. And then it kept happening.
Our very
but
last
not
renter.
constantly. It was so weird. But anyway,
our very last renter reported it right.
Literally a few days before we were leaving to come here.
Yeah.
So it was end of February, and we came March 1st, I think.
Yes.
Anyway, so we get here, and of course we have a leak, and it was pretty bad. So we have been dealing with it the whole time, and heaven forbid. We kind of got our syndic, which is the, like the HOA people involved, because we couldn't seem to get it's a renter upstairs, but with the owner and stuff, they weren't really doing the complete job that was necessary to get a resolution. So anyway, they got involved, and that finally got, we think the leak got
but simply just last week. Yeah.
Last week. And
So
this is
something.
this is September
February.
14th.
Yeah.
From something since February.
Yeah.
And again, it's been intermittent, so the leak didn't make sense in some ways. They had a plumber that I think did a fix, but I think the fix didn't hold. We don't know. I mean, they never came down here to look at our stuff, and I hope to God it's done. and because again, with our rental that we want to do, the beams that we have, you can't just paint over walls that are wet. So, I guess the fact that we had not started the reno, and that needs to dry out. So yeah, I guess everything's supposedly working out like it's supposed to. So we'll see.
Yeah. Other than that, we've been doing our regular routine, going to these classes. Julie started taking some French
I did.
classes.
I
was working
this
with
gal, this tutor gal. I belong to like Women in Paris, and just different Facebook groups. And this gal that was a teacher, she had a summer special. I think it was like eight classes for €200, one-on-one, and so it was kind of nice. We met in a park. We were doing it twice a week, and of course she was on vacation one of those weeks. She wasn't going to take the whole month off, and then we were gone half of a week. So anyway, I just finished those up week before last, right? So I felt it was beneficial, but I need to do my own work and kind of get some fundamentals on my own. So I told her I'm gonna, with all that's going on with this remodel and stuff, I said I'm going to try to do some Pimsleur, online or whatever stuff, and get some foundation stuff memorized, because when you're old, it's hard to remember things. Anyway, so I need to do that and commit to that, and then maybe I'll pick up with her later. And I think you
Yeah, I've started
doing some,
kind of picking back up. I've had enough French to be generally comfortable communicating our needs, but in terms of day-to-day conversation,
and whenever we have an appointment or anything like that, I give him his phone number, because if I pick up my phone and they start speaking French, I freeze. So anyway, you're forced to do some things.
I can do some things, but I want to be more comfortable. So I've started
gotta keep at it.
taking some programs as well, and so right now it's just all online type things. But
and we found a massage school.
Oh yeah.
And so we found a massage school. So we've been kind of going there to make the appointments, but he could call. The bad thing is that when you call some of these
you were getting
numbers,
massages regularly before
I
we came
was,
over, and so that's
and the school ones, and they're pretty reasonably priced. So anyway, you call these, when you try to call somebody, you know how you get the phone tree things, and then blah, 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 they talk really fast. Well, so we've been going there to actually physically make the appointments, but he probably could if we need to. But again, they were on break as well, so yeah. He's getting forced to work and practice with his French.
Other than that, that's kind of the big things that have been happening for us so far.
Just scouting out the neighborhoods, different areas. Sometimes we'll just pick an area and go there. We've kind of got Google Maps to where we've filled in some places, like cool bars that we like, cool stores that we like,
restaurants that we
want to go to. Of course, that list keeps growing, and we're not ticking them off very fast. So, needless to say, we still have a lot of work to do on that. But it's kind of cool. We've got this Google map with all these things on there. Sometimes we just go like, what do we feel like doing today, or this afternoon, or where should we eat? So we just kind of consult.
Or we happen to be in an area, and we'll look to see if something that's on our Google map is nearby, and so we'll
either check it out, or of course, like yesterday, and then I remembered after we were, too far to go back. So it's like, I gotta look sooner. But anyway, we still had a good time.
Yep.
We've also had some visitors.
Oh yeah,
not physically in our apartment.
No, but we just kind of being here in Paris. That's a popular place for travelers, and so we've run into a couple of people who have been traveling through the area who we know, and so we've gotten together for dinner or lunch.
Well, first when we were doing some meetups, right?
Yeah.
We went to
so we've done those as well. Yeah.
British meetup group, and they were on hiatus too.
And I guess they started out as a Brit meeting group, but technically they've turned into more
English,
of an English speaking
group.
But
so
a lot
of them
there
are
a few
Brits.
times. We actually met a really good friend there who we got together with several times this summer, and she plans to eventually be back here, I think.
Yeah, she comes often once, and like usually I think every summer she says she comes and stays for a month or two or 90 days. I'm not quite sure if she always stays that length, but she comes for a significant chunk of time and just hangs in an apartment. And so we had some fun times and went to a wine bar and went to a couple of restaurants, and so we're looking forward to her coming back. It's maybe December, she thinks. So hopefully we'll be here.
And we've a couple of
friend
guests
of a friend
who've stayed here before
that we knew.
Have been here. So
a past guest, and then
and then we have some other
the other gal Linda that came.
Yep. So we've had people kind of coming through, and we have other
met
friends
them for
who
dinner,
who are coming through
fun.
soon. So I think those are kind of the big things. We're still plugging along. We're moving into a new season, so we'll see what
it's frustrating
what the fall is like
because I threw all the boxes away, and we donated all the suitcases of all the stuff that we brought over here. Well, guess what? Now we have to pack and, you know, probably move everything out again. I'm like going, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I threw all those boxes away. But, I mean, we wouldn't have had anywhere to store them. So now I've kind of started gathering boxes again and start packing
Yeah.
at some point.
Yep. So yeah, I guess that. I mean, those are the key things. I guess
Yep.
at kind of the 4-month mark. It doesn't, you know, again, it doesn't seem like it. A part of it too is I think, you know, most of the time that we've been here also has been summertime, so we've also been
Yeah.
kind of out and about enjoying things. We haven't been
You gotta
in
get out
true
and enjoy the
tourist
weather.
mode. We've been more just doing day-to-day things. But it's in Paris, just doing day-to-day normal activities. You have somewhat of the tourist experience just because everything here
Because
is
where
so
you're at and everybody's
interesting and
yeah.
unique, and you know,
And we live in a busy
a
area
couple
where
hundred years
a lot
old,
of people,
or
yeah.
so yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be
So
fun.
we'll keep posting you as things move along.
Yep.
And if you have not so far, please like this video. Please also,
Give us
if
a
you have
thumbs
not
up, like
subscribed,
and
please subscribe as well.
Follow us on our journey as
And
we
you can
continue.
you can stay updated that way.
That's right.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.